Sergeant Class, my name is Audrey Whitfield, and today I'll be briefing the squad execution of our raid on Objective Phantom. 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charger Company, 1-5 Infantry will attack to destroy Objective Phantom, UF 1197-3184, no later than August 30th, 2024 at 2200 in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion main effort. I say again, 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charger Company, 1-5 Infantry will attack to destroy Objective Phantom, UF 1197-3184 no later than August 30th, 2024 at 2200 in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion main effort. The purpose of this operation is to deny enemy influence on the battalion main effort, and this will be accomplished by an infiltration. Decisive to this operation is the avoidance of decisive engagements and undetected occupation of support by fire and security positions. This is decisive because it will enable the formation to retain combat power and deny the enemy time and space to leverage his superior size and firepower. And moving slow helps to ensure mistakes are not made and personnel and equipment is accounted for. Risk is assumed by conducting long-range dismounted patrols with minimal support over restricted and severely restricted terrain, but the risk is mitigated by picking routes that are specific to avoid the drastic changes of terrain and multiple large LDA crossings. The routes chosen prioritize concealment over speed. Alpha Team will be the main effort, which is tasked to attack to destroy the enemy mortar team on Objective Phantom with the purpose of denying enemy influence on the battalion main effort. Bravo Team will be the supporting element 1. Their task is to isolate Objective Phantom with the purpose of preventing the enemy from gaining control and people from entering or exiting the AO or objective. Bravo Team will be split into 2, with 2 people on each making up the security positions. There will be a security position on each side of the objective so that it can protect all the routes around it. This is to cover a wider range. There is an attached weapons team, which will be supporting element 2. It is tasked with support by fire in order to enable and suppress the enemy. The end state for terrain will be that the primary main supply route for AO Ronin is contested. Plan to minimize friendly and civilian casualties by proper planning. Enemy forces will be destroyed on Objective Phantom. Collateral damage of infrastructure will be minimized, and the friendly forces, the end goal is to reconsolidate at the ORP. This is a course of action sketch for our raid, starting from the patrol base down to the Objective Phantom. From the patrol base, there's going to be an alternate route and a primary route, which we're going to take to the ORP. Along this next route, there's going to be various routes where the security elements and the support by fire are going to break off, where they'll take their positions, and the main effort is going to take their assault position. When directed, the support by fire is going to initiate fires, which will then tell the assaulting element that it's time for them to go and assault through. They will continue to assault through while the support by fire shifts fires while the main effort passes through the phase lines, and they'll end at the LOA. Over here is a terrain model for the overall mission. So there's 5 phases of the operation, but only 3 phases are going to be briefed. We're starting with recon and isolation, which they're going to begin at the ORP, and it's going to end when they initiate onto Objective Phantom. During this phase, they're going to have positive identification of the enemy, leader recon on the Objective Phantom, support by fire, assault line, and approach routes. Bravo Team is going to be placed first for security, and they're going to give a salute report. Alpha Team and Weapons Team are then going to follow. There's going to be occupation of the support by fire and determine sectors of fire, and accountability will be taken of personnel and equipment. So when they leave the ORP, the Alpha Team is going to place the security element over here along this road for one security element, and the other security element is going to continue on past this release point down here so they can occupy the whole area, and the support by fire is going to stop at this release point over here. The reason there is an indirect fire over here is not going to be used immediately, but it's just a precaution. So if their enemy that's known to be more up north does end up using this road to come down, they can scare them off with that indirect fire. Next, we move into the next phase, which is actions on. So the enemy mortar team on Objective Phantom is going to be destroyed. Their support by fire is going to shift and lift fires using the TRPs for guidance and the phase lines. They're going to destroy the enemy mortar team and move off the objective, and disruption fires from the Alpha Team and Weapons Team are going to keep the enemy suppressed. Next is the exfil. This is going to be a rapid exfiltration. First, the main effort's going to leave, then the supporting by fire element's going to leave, and then the security elements are going to follow behind them. They're also going to release one IDF in order to exfil. This is going to avoid additional interactions with the enemy. So just as an overview, this is the north-seeking arrow. Over here you have the phase lines from 116 to 124 going by 2 contour intervals. And this way there's 316 going up to 322, again going by 2 contour intervals. So you have the ORP up here, and you're going to go down this way, and there's going to be a restricted fire line so that the ORP is protected. You're going to keep going down along this route, where then they'll go down through route Pig is going to be this way, and the security element's going to take control there. Then they're going to come back and they're going to go down this route with another release point, placing the support by fire and the security elements. And the main effort is going to continue down this route to reach the assault position. Once the attack starts, the assault position, the assaulting element is going to assault through the objective this way. Here's the objective. There's going to be a casualty collection point down here for any casualties on the objective. And there's going to be different phase lines that they pass through, eventually reaching the LOA. So for phase 1, recon and isolation, there's going to be various GOTWAs that the leader's recon is going to give. The main GOTWA is that the Alpha Team Leader, Bravo Team Leader, and Alpha Team Rifleman and Grenadier are going to be the ones that go, and they're going to take about 2 hours. What to do if they don't return is they're going to have radio contact, and they're going to wait 10 minutes to try again. Otherwise, they're going to reconsolidate on the ORP. If the recon team takes contact, everyone's going to break contact back to the ORP and stop the raid. If the objective rally point takes contact, they're going to return fire and react to contact until the leader's recon is able to return. The order of movement is going to be Bravo team, followed by weapons team, and lastly the Alpha team main effort. For the actions on, they're going to bound through the objective. The main effort, which is Alpha team, is going to bound through the objective with weapons control status tight. The order of movement is going to be first that the support by fire is going to initiate by opening fire with direction from the squad leader. They're going to do cyclic for 10 seconds, rapid for 20 seconds, and then switch to sustained fires throughout. The M4 is going to engage near, open, and soft targets, and the M249 or M320 is going to engage hard, far, and covered targets. The assaulting team, Alpha team, is going to begin the assault through phase line orange, which they're already going to be set out a little behind it at the assault position. The support by fire is going to shift fires to weapons tight at phase line blue, and on call from the squad leader, support by fire is going to shift as the assault element reaches phase line yellow, and support by fire confirms the shift was complete by radioing in. The assault element will continue to assault through until reaching the LOA. While the assault element is through, the support by fire moves to a bipod from a tripod. The Alpha team LOA is going to have a confirmation over radio. The support by fire is angled toward the main effort, so where they're both able to attack the objective, but they're not committing fratricide. Some contingencies would be that if civilians are found, in this case, the Alpha team would keep the civilians as EPWs until they're able to radio into the squad leader and figure out what to do from there. If more enemy forces show up, they're going to continue fighting in place and radio for hire. If the support by fire has a weapons failure, other forces are going to pick up the fires. And if there's a friendly casualty, the squad leader and the Alpha team are going to perform treatments until they're able to get a CASEVAC unit. For the exfiltration, the order of movement is going to be Alpha team leaving first after they assault through, followed by the weapons team, and then the security teams for Bravo, they're going to leave last so that they can continue to secure the objective. They're going to use alternate routes for exfiltration because it reduces the likelihood of the enemy regaining contact with them. And other contingencies are that if the enemy does engage again, they're going to break contact, radio call for hire, and also use indirect fires if necessary. They're also going to use an indirect fire as soon as they're finished going through the objective. For coordinating instructions for primary intelligence requirements, there's going to be identification of enemy defensive obstacles, specifically surrounding the ORP and objective Phantom. They're going to identify enemy troop and equipment movement, and determine if the enemy is aware of the friendly forces in the AO. Friendly forces information requirements, hard compromise. So if they're outnumbered, they're going to break contact and attack if they are not, and they're going to attack if they're not outnumbered. For soft compromise, they're going to radio to higher, and they may need to abort the mission. For a loss of a weapon system, the other elements are just going to pick up their fires. For the enemy information, they must have operational products ready and available, such as like opord, fragord, and warnord overlays. There's also must have communication and passwords in place, along with standardized communications throughout, so that all of the teams can communicate with each other and they're all aware of their different positions in the raid. For PCCs and PCIs, we have to make sure that the equipment is ready, that we have enough ammo and enough water before we begin this raid. There's gonna be a sketch map rehearsal before a terrain model, and then the full dress rehearsal. And priorities of work is first going to be setting up to the defense positions, identifying the enemy, and making sure everyone has the necessary equipment. This concludes my squad execution brief. Thank you. The timeline is that we will attack to destroy Objective Phantom starting at 2200 on August 30th, and we will leave Objective Phantom at 2330.